Isolated city, the higher floors of the marketplace building. Trainwreck had Weedlow by her chains, but Weedlow had Trainwreck by his hair. Weedlow thought to himself as Trainwreck's chains started to get heavier on his arms and legs. These goddamn chains are gonna crush my arms and legs. She has to go unconscious soon. I'm losing conscious. No. Trainwreck held out her arm, and the blunt that was wrapped around Weedlow's blunt released. He then wrapped the chain around Weedlow's neck. Now, destruction of 1,000,000 chains is wrapped around your neck. It will crush it in seconds. You'll have no choice but to let go soon. Big mistake, little girl. Weedlow had noticed that Trainwreck needed to hold her arm out and that she needed extreme focus to keep the chains the way they were. His hair released from her neck. Weedlow's hair then wrapped around the arm that Trainwreck was holding out. She doesn't focus. Weedlow's hair ripped off Trainwreck's arm and came back to him. The darkness that was over the room now left, and Trainwreck went back to her normal blown state. Son of a bitch. My arm. The chains that was wrapped around Weedlow disappeared, but he still could not stand because the chains was crushing the bones in his body. Weedlow took a huge hit of his blunt. Weedlow took in the hit for a few seconds, recovering the bones in his body. Then he stood up. Was it worth the arm? I don't fucking need it. Don't forget, I could read your mind. Even your THC flow is starting to go down slowly. Trainwreck turned back into her base form. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You know, I actually am starting to show pity. Gigi sent you guys out on a fucking dummy mission. Kill me. A man with infinite power? If your power is so infinite, then why did we get this far? So I could remember. So I could make you feel the pain that your father made me feel. I can go into a different blown state at any time, but I wanted to toy with you. I'm still not done. From the looks of it, you still have another arm and 2 legs. Oh yeah, that bozo behind the chain wall is still alive, isn't he? I still have to kill him too. I'll make sure to send Gigi your body parts when I'm done. You're a psychopath. I don't see how anybody could have looked at you to be a hero. Is that the great stories you hear about Weedlow? A hero? I was a fucking savage. Nothing could stop me. Just like now. Weedlow blew out a cloud of smoke and it formed into Hybrid Killer and he grabbed it. He started to walk over to Trainwreck slowly. I'm so sorry, Kush. I tried. Hey. Maybe one day in heaven you'll understand. No matter if you were blown, full blown, whatever fucking blown, you were never gonna beat me, little girl. You're only sent here to test me. And you're leaving with an F. Weedlow stood over Trainwreck and held his sword up over his head. I mean, at least you didn't go out like your brother. I was about to pull out his intestines. This is quicker. Before Weedlow could go down to finish Trainwreck, he heard a noise. Huh? A huge chain wall that Resin had made to protect Kush had a red energy going around it. It then exploded. After the wall exploded, a red energy came flying at Weedlow so fast that he couldn't evade. The red energy came at Weedlow so fast and was so strong that it knocked him into a wall. Trainwreck stood there shocked and looked to the side of her. Kush? You were letting this bozo get the best of you? so disappointed. Why don't you go sit in a corner somewhere and let me finish this? Weedlow came out of the wall and stood to his feet. That was quick. How's your stomach feel? Nothing a little Pepto couldn't fix. But I'm sure you understand now, Weedlow. Playtime is over. Or has it just begun? Weedlow took a step forward and vanished, but was stopped. I don't think so, Weedlow. That speed blitz shit is for base form. Odds are definitely fucking even now. Kush knocked Weedlow back and Weedlow caught his footing. Kush blew out a cloud of smoke and it instantly made Slativa. Kush grabbed it and said, "Oh, so that's how you do that shit." Weedlow blew out a cloud of smoke and summoned 2 hybrid killers to his hand. The streets of the isolated city. THC manipulators roamed the isolated city looking for THC. Give us THC. As the THC manipulators roamed the streets, they had seen a man coming from out of the alleyway who looked like he had a blanket wrapped around his head. Give us THC. You son of a bitches want some. Come get it. As they got closer to the man, they noticed he wasn't a THC manipulator, and they turned around and walked the other way. Give us THC. Holy shit. That explosion hurt. Gotta get a hold of Bruiser somehow. Dean took a knee for a second, then got up and made his way deeper into the isolated city.